Hello lovely people. In this video I'm gonna give you my impressions about the Sennuopu DSP and my Alpine status subwoofer in infinite baffle. If you watch my previous video, like last week, it's published a few days ago, but I installed the sub last week. And on top of that, I installed the Sennuopu that I tested, the DSP one, because I wanted just to compare it to the recoil that I had before, because recoil was a disaster of a DSP, and I wanted to see if the Sennuopu is any better. So what I did, I put the Sennuopu DSP and I put that Bluetooth adapter, the Chinese one that again I tested against the Helix, because again I wanted to see if there's a difference between the inbuilt Sennuopu Bluetooth adapter and the one separate one. So let me very quickly show you. So I just came back from a trip. So this is my subwoofer, and here that's a Sennuopu. So as I mentioned in my review, there's no way to fix it really. So the only way that I fixed it is I have a double-sided sticky tape under the DSP, and it's not very rigid, but it's fine. RCA is holding in place as well. This is the Bluetooth adapter that has optical into the DSP, and I hitch the power from, I have a USB plug here for my, I had a camera there. It was for the camera, the USB. So USB feeds in that goes into the DSP, and DSP goes into the 4-channel. Now, this is a bloody beast. Like, I didn't have many subs, but this in IB, output wise, so it is an 11 inches, not 12 inch. Output wise, I would compare it to the Alpine Type X that I had before. I had the newer one, W12D4, which was rated like 900 watts, and I had it in a sealed enclosure. So that one on 900 watts in sealed enclosure, output wise, this is very similar on probably like 300 watts, but in IB. And again, I have it in series, the coils in series. So it's 6 ohms on this 4-channel amplifier that gives it maybe like 250 watts, the most. Okay, so this, let's go. I'm gonna talk about the DSP. So my first impressions about the Sennuopu DSP is that it is much better than the recoil. I don't have any problems with clipping. I can whack it full tilt and it holds, it's fine. The only thing, it has less output voltage. So it has like 1.5 volts, 1.2 volts. So I had to crank up the gains on my amplifier halfway. Yeah, I just eyeballed it. Output wise, I like, with the gains that where I have them now, I know that I could push these drivers more, but I don't really want to because they're on passives. And on passives, the mid-range is kind of the bottleneck because it relies only on the Q as a high pass filter. It doesn't have a high pass in the passives. In the passives, it's only low pass for the mixing with the tweeter. So how does it sound? It sounds okay. However, it has massive issues. One of the things is this bloody remote. So I've put this remote in there, just like, it's not fixes nothing, it just fits very good, same like the Helix that I had before, same in the same place. I did figure out that this is apparently a film, so you can remove it. I'm not going to remove it because it's going to go to the owner. However, this is the worst remote that I've ever seen. Let me show you. Where are my keys? Okay. Do you see anything? Okay, it's loading. Loading. We're gonna go wait for everything. Yeah, there we go. So this is from driving position. Can you see anything? Neither can I. No, so like, you can change, man. So this is the maximum brightness. You can change the colors. The colors, for some reason, yeah, you literally cannot see anything. Now it's set. Yeah, okay. So that happened. It's not broken, it's just very loose. Okay, so with the colors, you can choose different colors for the background and for the letters. However, it is on maximum brightness. However, the colors are so bad. So background, I have it as black just to have more contrast, and character in white. Come on, are you in white? Yeah, so black and white. You cannot literally see anything. Another thing, one morning was very cold. I turned on the car, and there's literally like a almost a frozen screen with like, it was like yellow or something, and here you can see something, but then you couldn't see literally anything. Another thing, I tuned this DSP on memory 1. After reboot, after installed for the first time, I crank the system and I can hear that something is not right. It doesn't play as it should play. So then I noticed that it was on memory 3. So it randomly jumped to another memory slot. But now it doesn't do that anymore. And yeah, let's talk about, apart from all the bad stuff, about the Bluetooth. Because I was listening through my Pixel phone on Bluetooth, and the inbuilt, actually let's connect and see. Okay, so this is the DSP itself, and this is the Bluetooth adapter. When you connect to the Bluetooth adapter, automatically it connects to the highest possible quality, which is LDAC. Now my Pixel phone has problems with LDAC because what's happening is this. Yeah, so what I have to do is but it's just a Pixel phone, it's not for some reason, I don't know why, Pixels have problems with LDAC reproduction. The 6 Pro, 7 Pro is fine. So then I'll have to go to Bluetooth, and instead of LDAC I'll have to choose aptX HD. Oh, the wrong one, this one. And then it plays fine, the music plays fine, no problems at all. However, there is a bloody noise. Let me try to show you. So it is like I was listening to it and I can hear like some kind of a distortion, and that distortion sounds similar to a coil rub. And I was like, did I blew one of the speakers or something? It's like a metallic-y high frequency, but it's not constant, it's not floor noise. It comes and goes with the music, especially with the low notes. When you play like a bass note, it appears like in the middle, so it's from all the speakers, there's no one speaker, and it's a high frequency, like probably like 4 or 5 kilohertz or something. And let me try to demonstrate it. So I found out if you play with that one, then I need to choose frequency generator, because on music it's not that apparent. But if I play 20 hertz note, let me crank it up a bit. So I'm gonna try in post, I'm gonna try to put a high pass on this audio, so you're not gonna hear the 20 hertz note, but I don't know if you can hear it. Let me try to. And it's so annoying, it's so bad. So this is on optical. If I change the from optical to the inbuilt Bluetooth, let's try now. It has much higher frequency. I don't know if you will be able to hear this because it's very low in volume. And that zip, zip. So on regular Bluetooth, it has kind of the same, but in much higher frequencies and lower in level. But on the adapter, on optical, it's much worse. And you can flip between these two because it changes like in a second, in 2 seconds. So I was like, while I was driving, I was flipping between two. And the main difference is on the built-in Bluetooth adapter, the max volume is, it's not clipping, it's fine, it goes all the way up to 35. However, with the optical Bluetooth adapter, you have more volume. Maybe like on the controller, maybe like 3 clicks more. So if I want to compare these two on the same level, the separate adapter, I have to bring down 3 clicks down. So like 35 on this one and 32 on this one is going to sound kind of the same level. So the optical Bluetooth adapter gives a bit more level. However, that noise is really, really bad. And the thing is, like, now I don't really have any time or like willingness to analyze, look for problems and everything. I thought maybe it could be like the power source for the Bluetooth adapter, but then it's like it shouldn't, because it's just 5 volts coming, it's clean, it's not a problem. Engine is not on. With the RPMs, it doesn't change, so it's not a floor noise, it's something to do with the DSP. And now why I say with the DSP and not amplify, because with the recoil I didn't have this issue. Recoil was clipping, it didn't have any volume, the volume was not linear and stuff, but it didn't have this problem, it didn't have this noise. And this Sennuopu has this noise, so bad news. I wouldn't use it for an SQ setup, especially this optical. I don't know what is the problem, and again, I'm not gonna dig deep into it. I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna stop playing, and I'm gonna put the Helix for testing, because it's time to put Helix in there. So to summarize, this Sennuopu DSP for 150 pounds, would I recommend buying it? Yes, why not? 150 pounds, it's not a problem. Just like if you use it on the built-in Bluetooth, it doesn't sound as good. So the separate Bluetooth sounds a bit better, especially at very, very high volumes. So what I noticed is, again, this is just my perception, so take it for what it is. On very high volumes, the built-in Bluetooth has a bit more distortion and higher frequencies. So you can hear that the higher frequencies get harsher compared to the separate Bluetooth adapter. However, that separate one has that bloody annoying noise that is always there with the music. So in SQ, it would be unusable. For daily driving, like I was driving with my friend to work and I was like, something is not right. And it's like, can you hear that? And in the beginning, he's like, no, really, I don't know what you mean. It's like, because he doesn't have like trained ears. I don't have trained ears anyway, but he didn't hear in the beginning. But then on a few songs where you have good bass and little high frequency content, it's more prominent. And it's like, can you hear that? And after that, yeah, it's like, yeah, I can hear that. Yeah. So like, if you don't really notice it, maybe you're not gonna hear it. But when you hear it, it's there and it's bloody annoying. So no, SQ not approved. However, for 150, what can you expect really? Another thing, while tuning the DSP, is just a little thing in the software, laptop software, when you inputting EQ. So you put like frequency, Q, and gain, plus minus. And with the Alpine, for example, and I think Helix as well, the same, you can go between the lines and columns with a tab node. So you, for example, enter 50 hertz, you press tab, it jumps to the Q, you press 5Q, you press tab, it jumps to the next one. In this one, you cannot do that. You have to press enter. And when you press enter, it doesn't jump to the next field. So basically what you have to do, you have to manually, with the mouse cursor, drag on the frequency, enter frequency, press enter, then with the mouse cursor, drag on the Q, highlight the Q, press enter, and then again with the cursor, go to the gain. And it's like, it's so annoying. That's when I was tuning it. In the beginning, I thought I'm going to use parametric EQ, like 20 bands or whatever, but it took so long, so I just narrowed it down to like 5 bands per side, and it was plenty enough, because it's just no time playing. So that is a really, really annoying part. But yeah, so I listened to it, I gave my impressions, I gave what's bad, what's good. This controller is total shit. The sound, ideally you would want to test it probably on analog, feeding like from a head unit or something, but I don't have a head unit, I don't have an analog signal, so I'm not going to do that. I just tested Bluetooth, what probably 99% of the users would do. And on Bluetooth, It's okay. I mean, it's like, it's 150 pounds DSP. It's okay. It's better than the recoil, that's for sure. Uh, I want to say it's better than the Nakamichi, but it's definitely much worse than the Helix or Alpine, the small Alpine that I had before. Yeah, so these are my short impressions. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.